starting with the problems whatever we have done in the previous class, and then we will proceed further. So we have just done a problem where we have found out the strip line capacitance and strip line inductance and phase velocity, as well as we have also found the width W of the conducting strip. So all the answers, I think all of you got it. So you can just note down the second problem here. A lossless parallel strip line has copper conducting strips, each of width W is given for you. So, so W is given for you, that is 18 mm, separated by a quartz dielectric constant, and that is also given for you. The dielectric constant is 3.8. Having thickness is given for you 2.5 mm. The conductivity of the copper is given for you, that is 5.8 into 10 to the power of 7, and that of the quartz is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4 ohm per meter. So we need to find out some things, that is frequency of operation. Then we have to go with finding out, it's a bigger problem where we will be finding out inductance, capacitance, conductance, all those things. So we will see one by one. So there we have to find out all those parameters. First you write down this question, and then I will proceed further. So one more thing, I have given you the assignment and quiz. So all of you have to complete it. The second assignment and second quiz is also there. So all of you complete it within the time. So write down this problem. So it will be another some 2 to 3 classes. We will be completing this half of the module. Then we will be going to the next portion, antennas. So that we'll see. So all of you have written this part of the question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So a lossless parallel strip line has copper conducting strips, each of which W is equal to 18 mm, separated by quartz dielectric constant 3.8, having a thickness of 2.5 mm. The conductivity of copper is 5.8 into 10 to the power of 7 ohm per meter, and that of the quartz is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4 mho meter. The frequency of operation is 1 second. So the frequency of operation is 12 gigahertz. Calculate. So here we are going to calculate 8 things as till h we are going to calculate. So first one is characteristic impedance of parallel strip line. So first one is characteristic impedance of parallel strip line, that is Z0. Then phase velocity we will be calculating of the propagation wave, strip line inductance, strip line capacitance, and series resistance of both strips R. Yes, you need to do. Then shunt conductance you need to calculate, attenuation constant of losses and attenuation constant of the dielectric losses. So it will cover almost all the equations whatever we have studied till now. So these all equations you will be using it here. So the values given, so first you can start with the characteristic impedance that is Z0. So these are the values given here. W is 18 mm, epsilon RD is 3.8, D is given as 2.5, F is given as 12 gigahertz, sigma C is 5.8 into 10 raised to 7, sigma D is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 4 mho per meter. So you have to use the equation for characteristic impedance and do the problem. So one condition I'll give here W and D ratio you should see, then you can see that W is well ahead of D, so W is greater than D. So when W is greater than D, you know that it is a wide strip, and you have to use the equations and whatever equations we have studied for parallel strip line, those equations we'll be using it to simplify. So first to go with is the equation for the characteristic impedance. You can try this. So have you completed the problem question of the question? See, write down the question first and try to simplify each separately. So starting with the characteristic impedance. So anyone of you got the characteristic impedance? Z0? So you have to use the equation 377 divided by root of epsilon RD into D by W. Calculate and let me know that what is the answer. If you get the answer, you just tell me what is the answer for Z0. Solve it properly in the calculator.
So 26.86, sir.
Let me see that. So which equation you have used? Z0
377
is
yes.
26.86 is correct. So Z0 is 377 divided by root of epsilon RD D by W. 377 divided by epsilon RD is 3.8. It is given. D is 2.5 and W is 18. So it is 26.86 ohm. So the next one, phase velocity. See, it's just using the equations and substituting the values and solving the problem. So once you do it without seeing anything, you in examination only it's a matter of studying the equations. If you know the equations, you can just get the marks for this. That is almost 8 to 10 marks. It will come because of all this. All the equations are going to be there in this problem. So this one problem is very important one. So phase velocity equation you need to use. The parameters are given for you. So try that. Whether you are getting the answer for phase velocity.
Sir, 1.53 into 10 power 8.
Yeah, you have to use which equation? Vp is equal to C divided
C
by,
epsilon or D.
yeah, root of epsilon RD. So it is 1.5. You got the same answer, no? 1.54 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So once you complete it, the next one is strip line inductance. So those who have not completed, do it fast. Z0 equation is available with you. Just do the substitutions and simplify it. So for Z0 you will be getting 26.86 and Vp you will be getting it as Vp is equal to C divided by root of epsilon RD, and you will be getting it as 1.54 into 10 to the power of 8 meter per second. See, all the classes are recorded. You can just go back and check if you have any doubts. Okay, you can download the classes as well. Not only mine, most of the classes you can download it, and if you want, you can use it further. If you have a good internet speed. So we have completed VP. Then it is strip line inductance. So L equation for L you have to use. Has anyone completed inductance? Yeah, anyone of you got the answer for L, inductance? L is equal to mu CD by omega, and you will get it as mu naught epsilon mu naught mu R C D by W. So 4 pi into 10 into 2.5 into 10 to the power of minus 3 by 18, 18 into 10 to the power of minus 3. So what is the answer for that?
One point nine five into 10 power minus 7, sir.
Okay. Yeah, that's correct. And we will go with the next one. That is capacitance and rest of the things. So 1.175 is what you got, no? It is in microhenry per meter. Capacitance, you do it. Madhu, you are there? You can, I think your camera is on. So one of you can inform him to switch off the camera. So further, we can go with the rest of the values as well. Do it fast. So C you will get
Sir, it is 242.24 picofarad per meter.
So you can see that C is 242.25 and picofarad per meter. You got L also 0.175 microhenry per meter, and R you have to use the equation 2 divided by W root of pi f mu c divided by sigma c, and you can see that mu c has to be written as mu naught mu rc, and epsilon has to be written as epsilon naught epsilon rd. So the value for mu naught is 4 pi into 10 to the power of -7, and epsilon naught is 8.854 into 10 to the power of -12. So you can simplify it for the value of R. Once you get the answer, you just let me know. Anyone of you got the answer? Madhu, you can just mute your video. So what you are getting? So what is the value of R? Do that problem R. I'm audible, right? Are you getting?
Sir, not properly, sir.
Yeah, now it's audible, right, for you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just want to know that you got the answers for R. Bhumika.
Sir, is it 3.17, sir?
Yeah, 3.17 is correct. So R is 3.176. So next you can do. So the next is G. So you can use the equation sigma d by w, sigma dw by t, and what is the, you will get it as 1.44 into 10 to the power of 3 ohm per meter. So do it fast. And after that you need to do alpha C. You need to do alpha C. So you can substitute the values of alpha for alpha C and you can simplify it. So you get alpha C as what is the answer for alpha C? Any one of you have done that for alpha C? So respond to me, have you completed alpha C?
Solving, sir.
Okay. You will get somewhere close to 0.06 Nep per meter. So alpha C you have to do it as 1 by d root of pi f epsilon d by sigma C, and you have to substitute the values. You'll get 0.06 Nep per meter. Have you all completed this? Have you all completed this? We'll go with coplanar strip lines.
Sir, what about H question, sir? Attenuation constant for dielectric losses.
One more question, sir.
Yeah, you can do that. Alpha D. I have not done it here. You can do that alpha D.
Okay.
You just write the equation and do it later. We will go with coplanar strip lines now. So same way as that of alpha C, you have to use the equation and substitute the values. You know, no equation for alpha D. So here we have written alpha D is 188 approximately equal to 188 sigma D by epsilon RD, or you can use this equation also. This is pretty good. This will be approximately, this will be sigma D by 2377, same thing. So it's enough. You can get 188 sigma D by root of epsilon RD. So you can use this equation and find out alpha D. So that you can do it later, just that part you can write it down there, equation, and you can do the calculations later on. Now we will just start with coplanar strip lines. All of you just leave 2 lines for completing that. We will go with coplanar strip lines. So all of you just write down the next topic, the third one in this module, that is coplanar strip lines. So one more is there, shielded strip line, then this half of the module will be over. So coplanar strip lines consist of 2 conducting strips. Here you have to see that it has, so all of you listen here, just stop the problem there, that you can do it once the class is completed. So the coplanar strip line consists of 2 conducting strips and or on one substrate surface and each strip of width W. So the width of the strips will be W, and it will be having 2 conducting strips which is placed on the substrate surface separated by a distance S. With one conducting strip grounded. So what you can just before explaining, if I show you the figure, it will be easy for you. It will look like this. So here also few equations we will be studying further. So it will look like this. You can see that 2 conducting strips will be there, and each conducting strips will be separated by it will be of width W. So each strip will be of width W, and they'll be going parallel to each other. So you can see that, and they will be separated by a distance of S. So this S distance which is available here, it will be constant, and it will be separated. These 2 strips will be separated by this S, and it is placed on the dielectric substrate, and the width of the dielectric, the thickness of the dielectric substrate is D. Okay, and here the width of the strip is W, and as usual the thickness is T, and only thing difference what you can see is one of the strips will be grounded here. So one of the strip will be grounded here. Okay, so that is what it is going to take place. So this is the explanation given here. So you can just note down this. The coplanar strip line consists of 2 conducting strips, one separated by one substrate surface, and each strip of width W, and separated by a distance of S, with one conducting strip grounded. So that is what you can see. I have grounded one conducting strip there. Since both the strips are on the one side of the substrate, unlike the parallel strip lines, the connection of the shunt elements is easy. So the microwave integrated circuits, it is called as MICs, has advantage, that is reliability increases. So here you can see that from the figure it is very clear that it has 2 strips. You can see one strip is moving in this is one strip, and this is another strip, and you can see that this strip is grounded. So one of the strip has to be grounded, and also you can see that the width and W. So the strip is having a width W, both the strips are having width W and separated by a distance of S. So it is one strip is separated to the other with a distance of S. And here the dielectric constant is mu d epsilon d, and the thickness of the dielectric is d. So these are the things what you can just understand. So before going too much into detail with equations and all, you can just note down this topic, coplanar strip lines. So what you have to understand is here it consists of two strips and separated by a distance of s, and having a width of w, and which is placed on the dielectric slab, and one of the strip is grounded. So this is what the coplanar strip lines is all about. We have few equations to find out the values for that, and we will be using those equations even in problem to find out the characteristic impedance and all those things. So this is the third type of strip line called as the coplanar strip line. So write down this portion. So once you complete writing it, we'll move on to the other part where you have seen the strip line, coplanar strip line figure. So these points you should mention in the write-up. That is, one of the strip is grounded. The conducting strip is grounded. That is very important here. And the width is W, and distance of separation is S. So once you complete it, you just let me know. Bhumika, have you completed? See, have you completed this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will go with the figure as well. So the advantage is its reliability increases, and as well as it enhances, and production cost also reduces. That is all what you can see here. So this figure you can draw. This figure you can draw. So in this you can see that it has two strips, and this one of the strip is grounded, and distance of separation in the dielectric slab is, or the dielectric slab is of thickness d, and both the strips are of width w and separated by s. So you can complete it. So we'll stop it here at this figure, and we will continue further in the next class. So you can just note down this figure. Then we will wind up the meeting today. So all of you note down this figure. So if you have any things to be discussed, you can ask me. So it's clear for everyone till here? Is that clear for all of you till here? See, feel free to respond. So is that clear for you? The coplanar
Yes,
strip
sir.
line? Okay. So you complete that figure and we will wind up the class today. So we'll continue the coplanar strip lines in the next class. So you can just go through those previous problems and all those things, whatever you have studied in parallel and parallel strip lines and micro strip lines, all the equations and all. Another two coplanar and shielded is left out in half of this module. So we'll complete it further. So you can just note down that figure. So after completing that, you can leave the meeting. Thank you. Thanks to all. Thank you.